In this lesson we're going to look at more problem solving with simultaneous equations. This is the kind of things you might be asked in exams where you have to construct the simultaneous equations instead of just being given them and asked to solve them. So let's look at this example. We've got a basket here with 4 plums and 4 peaches, and that comes to £2. And we've got another basket with 8 plums and 3 peaches, and that comes to £3. The question is, how much does it cost for 1 plum and 1 peach? So because there's 2 unknowns here, that's how you would know it was a simultaneous equation question. What I would do is I would work out what to use, what letter to use for plums and peaches. Now, if you start picking P's for both, you're going to get into all sorts of mess. What I would suggest is you make a wee statement and say, let the cost of a plum be X and let the cost of a peach be Y. If they were different letters, like an apple and a peach, maybe you could use A's and P's. In this case, I'm going to go for X's and Y's. So up here, if we're saying that a plum is X, we've got 4 X's. And we're saying a peach is Y, we've got 4 Y's, and that comes to 2. So 4x, 4 y's make 2. Now another way you could do it is you could use pence. You could say, well, that comes to 200 if you like, and that would avoid decimals at the end. However, we'll go with this at the moment. And if you look at the second basket, we're saying that the plum's x, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we've got 8 x's and 3 y's make 3. Now we've set our 2 equations up, we need to work out x and y, so it's just a case of doing the same as last time. Call the first equation 1, the second equation 2, and pick which one you're trying to make into the same value. So I'm going to pick the y's, and I'm going to find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 3, so that's 12. So how do I make the first equation into 12, the 4y into 12? Well, I times it by 3, so I need to times the whole equation 1 by 3. So that's going to become a 12x, that's going to become a 12y, and that's 2 3s are 6. And the bottom one, how do I make this 3y into 12? Well, I need to times it by 4, I need to times that by 4 and that by 4. So equation 2 times 4, 4 8s are 32. 4 3s are 12, and 4 3s are 12. Okay, now I need to decide what to do with the 2 equations. Do I add them or do I take them away? Well, you can use this technique to see if you're going to add them or take them away. You're looking for something to cancel, so if you add 32 and 12, you get 44. If you add 12 and 12, you get 24, so nothing's cancelled at that point, so you can't add them. So that's equation 3. And that's equation 4, and we've decided we're going to take them away from each other. Now I really want to do 32 take away 12, not 12 take away 32. So I'm going to do equation 4 take away 3. 32 take away 12 is 20, and 12 take away 6 is 6. And the y's disappeared in that case because you took them away from each other. If it was a plus and a minus, then you would add them. This would be in a calculator's paper, so you could go for 6 divided by 20. Now that's the same as 3 over 10, so 0.3, but if you had a calculator on you, just divide 6 by 20, you get 0.3. Now 0.3 really means 30 pence, because we're dealing in pounds here, and that was £2 and that was 3, so we'll sort that out in a second. Let's work out y first. So we can either substitute into equation 1 or equation 2. I'm going to go into equation 1 here, doesn't really matter. 4 times 0.3, that's what that means. 4 x's, 4 0.3's, so that's 1.2. Add on 4y equals 2. So if you take away 1.2 from both sides, then you're going to get 4y and you're going to get 0.8. And if you divide 0.8 by 4, you get 0.2. Now make sure you answer the question. The question asks for the cost of a plum and the cost of a peach. So the plum was 0.3, so 0.30 pounds or 30 pence. And the peach was 0.20 pounds or 20 pence. Right, we can check it, double check it in equation 2. 8x plus 3y equals 3. So let's double check what happened there. We're saying that x was 0.3, so 8 times 0.3 is 2.4, and 3 times 0.2 is 0.6. Does 2.4 and 0.6 come to 3? Yes, it does. Okay, let's just quickly look at something like this, a wee bit different. We've got circles and we've got squares. And it says at the bottom, calculate the diameter of one circle and calculate the area of one square. Now the easiest way to do this is to just work out the diameter of the circle and the length of the square to start. And I suppose you get circles and squares, so you could use C's and S's, but I'm going to go for X's and Y's again, and I'm going to go for X is the diameter of a circle and Y is the breadth of a square. So from the top picture you can set an equation up. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4 X's and 2 Y's makes 48. And the bottom picture, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 X's and 3 Y's makes 64. Once you've done that, I'm not going to go through it all, but that's just setting up simultaneous equations and solving them, equation 1, equation 2 and so on. Go for 6's here, I would. Once you work out x, that's answered the first part, the diameter of the circle. Once you've worked out y, if you do y times y, that'll give you the area of the square.